The family of a Kruger National Park ranger who went missing for a month without a trace is demanding the release of a DNA test kit used to determine his remains. It is understood that Checkers Mashego went missing during a routine patrol along the southern part of the park in mid-November. The family is also not happy at the poor handling of the matter by SANParks, saying that Mashego was the breadwinner in their family. Our reporter Siphephile Kunene is at the Kruger National Park and has more on that story. Siphephile, good morning and welcome to the agenda. Let's just quickly start with what is known about his whereabouts, or has it been confirmed indeed that he has passed on?
Morning, Aldrin. It hasn't been confirmed that it is indeed his remains that were found at the Kruger National Park. We are coming to you from Nelspruit, which is Mbombela now, because we drove to the Kruger National Park to get the interviews and stuff. Now we're here to talk to the police because they are the ones that are handling the DNA part of this whole debacle. Apparently, Mashego went missing on the 17th of November. On the 17th of December, there were remains that were found. The family has just told us that yes, the clothes are the clothes that he presumed or has been assumed to have gone missing wearing, but the body structure doesn't resemble that one of Mashego. But with me here is Donald Mdluli, who speaks for the police in Mpumalanga, who will tell us how far they are as police with this case.
Yes, I can indicate that we are busy with the investigation. We conducted some forensic tests after we recovered the remains at the Kruger National Park. And we also took some samples from the family members, which were all taken for the test. But we haven't yet received the results from this DNA test. Usually, this kind of tests, they normally take some time. So we understand and we really sympathize with the family on what they are going through. Yet we have to do things professionally because a thorough investigation should be done so that at the end of the day we don't give the remains that do not actually belong to the family. So that's how far we are. There is a team, a provincial team that has been set up for this investigation to assist, and we hopefully at the end of the day the family will find closure.
Right now, are you liaising with the family because they also mentioned that the lower jaw of the whole body doesn't necessarily resemble that one of their father? Are you considering their input in this investigation?
Yes, the experts that we have in our investigation, they are liaising with the family. Even as I'm talking to you now, yesterday, they actually contacted the family. So information that comes, they take it and put it into that investigation because we do a thorough investigation so that at the end of the day we find closure to this case of inquest that has been opened. And we cannot ignore the information that anybody brings, especially the family or anyone who has got information. That's why in the first place we called on members of the public to assist with bringing such information. So when the information is brought to our attention, we take it and put it in the investigation.
Are you also investigating the Kruger National Park in terms of how this matter has been handled, or do you have suspects in the park itself?
At the moment, we don't have suspects, but the investigation is a wide investigation. It means that we look at all angles that is possible so that we can get, because if you limit the investigation to one part, then you might have a conclusion of the wrong information. So we make sure that we do a blanket approach where we take each and every little information that comes to our attention and be part of that investigation.
Thank you so much, Mdluli. That was the police spokesperson in Mpumalanga telling us how far they are with the investigation on this matter. They do want the family to find closure eventually, and they are doing a thorough investigation. It means no stone will be left unturned. They're getting information from the family. They're investigating around the Kruger National Park itself, and forensics are still conducting the DNA test on the remains that were found at the Kruger National Park.
Siphephile, just quickly remind us why the family is not happy with how SANParks has handled this investigation.
At first, they said that when they went to where the guy was staying, they found that there are still things that show that he left the house unprepared. There was still, his face cloth was still in the water with the soap, and his dishes were not washed. And it looks like he was preparing to make something to eat before he went to work. And for some reason, they believe that the person who was supposed to be with him at work did not hear any gunshots, did not see anything that suggests that could be Mashego's body that was found. Another thing, that person says, because he was on the other side of the river, there's a river that goes through the Kruger National Park, he saw him walking on the other side. They had agreed that they will meet wherever they meet at the front where they're supposed to patrol, but that never happened. Mashego never made it there. Now that they have found these remains, the skull and the lower jaw doesn't resemble that one of their father. Apparently their father had a gap in between the teeth at the bottom, but right now what they're seeing there is teeth that are tightly hanging together. There's nothing that shows that there was ever a gap there. So they want police and everyone involved to do a thorough investigation around this and give them the right information. If they have to still go and look further to find their father, that is what they are prepared to do. But right now they are not satisfied with what the police and the Kruger National Park is giving them.
So at the moment, the remains that have been found, are those just a skull?
Yes, and other parts of the body, of course. It's just that the family member emphasized on these two parts. What he said was that next to the remains, they found the clothes that resembles the clothes that his father would have worn on that day, and the shirt has 2 bullet holes at the back. Therefore, they don't know what is happening, but he is adamant that what they saw there doesn't resemble their father.
Well, thank you so much for that story. That is Siphephile Kunene there.